Hello everyone. I hope you guys are well. I am terrific. Hope you had a good day. Uh, Today we are. Let's start with another exciting area under international trade, which is entry strategy and strategic alliances. Yeah. So strategy we were speaking about that a little bit now. Let's talk briefly about entry strategy. For example, how how an international business is going to enter into different countries, different regions, and try to link it with previous discussions. We would like to build on earlier discussions, for example, regional economic integration, global capital markets, understanding political, economic, legal environments of the countries, and so on, so forth, government policies and so on. So those things, of course, you are thinking as you develop your entry strategy, and also the other part of this course, the entry into market or something like that. Whatever is the other part of this module, I think we should also reflect on that as we start talking about this. So let's see what how we can start this. So let's scan through the chapter, because I was asking you guys to do the readings and stuff, so I did not really scan through any chapter. So let's do that for this interesting topic, because this is kind of important also, because yes, you want to do international trade, but what are some of the things you might want to consider as you develop your style, your way of entering into new markets. So yes, the chapter is there. You are going to go into this in detail a little bit, but let's go through the some basics, like basic entry decision, which foreign markets to enter. Now you would have to, in your own time, reflect on the previous discussions, what we have been saying about markets and so on. What are the things, like for example, foreign exchange? You have to see how stable their money is it something which devalues a lot, those type of things. Proximity to suppliers, where you are getting your raw material, and how close that is to the market where you are going to enter, because you want to minimize your cost as much as possible. So proximity to supplier is going to help you, proximity to consumer is going to help you. Competition analysis, you would want to see who you would compete if you go in that market. So all those type of things, you would have to link them in your own time, and think about examples from your observations, what you have experienced and so on, and other readings. Timing of the strategy, yeah, for example, timing, that is key. A couple of you guys, I think, mentioned also the importance of timing. And what is timing? Timing means, how ready you are. For example, for yourself, are you ready to take on the challenges? Which, because remember, we were saying that yes, you are going to do all the preparations and all the work which is required, but you can't really prepare 100%. There are things which come up, so you have to deal with them as they come and so on, in a nice way, without getting frustrated, without losing your cool. In a nice way, you have to do that. So that again, that's personality. What is your personality when these type of things happen, sudden things happen in your life? How do you deal with them? Same way you will be dealing with them in the market, because that is your personality, more or less. But then they say that sometimes we behave in a little better way in business environment, because maybe there is more stake involved, because we get our salaries and benefits and those type of things from business. So maybe we behave a little bit better, but you have to think about that timing in other sense also, like what is happening in the country, what type of leadership government is there, all those type of things. I think we have substantially have had our discussions on overall international trade. So in that, as I look back, as I reflect, I am in my mind a lot of examples which you guys gave, and thanks very much for that. are linking with the strategy. So I invite you to, in your own mind, you just link them and see, what. Scale of entry and strategic commitments. Yeah, scale of what, how are, is it step by step you want to go? Is it you want to go in with one product and see how it goes, and then second and third and step by step, or are you going to go all out in the market? How much you going to invest? These type of things you would want to really think about, like, because everything has positives, everything would have negative. If you want to go step by step, that is fine. If you want to let your competition go first in the market and move in as a, all of us have heard about first mover advantage, from in your basic marketing courses you look at that. First mover advantage, you move first, so your chances are better, because the market is, it's new, it's people have not experienced it, so you would be the first one. So first mover advantage, in that it is like, it's kind of, and then if you move second, so generally they would say that, you are disadvantaged, because there is already someone in the market, they have gained the share and people's respect, and people are already getting used to them and so on. But just run a Google search and read about second mover advantage. Second mover advantage. Yeah. So yes, first mover advantage, people are very much aware of them, but there are big advantages if you move second. For example, you can learn from the experience, the mistakes the first one made. You can learn on that and, go in. But if the first one don't make a lot of big mistakes, then maybe you have different type of second mover advantage. But the nature of international trade is that people are going to make mistake, if not now, tomorrow, if not tomorrow, day after tomorrow, because of the complexity. So and it is not even called a mistake. We should not call it a mistake. It is there is no mistake in life. That is a mindset. What is a mistake? There is no mistake. What is a failure? There is no failure. You just do something, and if it does not work out, you learn from it, and then you move on to next one. So if you have that mindset, then there is no mistake and failure and no setback and no disadvantage. You are on a learning curve. So you just learn from that. So see, different businesses have different approaches on that. So I invite you to look into that. Entry modes, how you are going to enter different modes of entries. At least you should spend a couple of minutes on reflecting on them. Like, for example, one of them is exporting. Yeah, so you don't go in yourself, you just export your product. So look around, when you go in the grocery shops, wherever you do go for shopping, whichever country you go, all the products which are available in the markets, not all of them are physically present in that country. Yeah, they don't have a setup, like brick and mortar kind of setup there. No, it is not like that. So there are many products, they don't go in themselves, they just send in their products to different countries. Yeah. In some countries they would fix their own place, but many times they just export it. So because they are okay with exporting, they are, because they are not sourcing any raw material from the country, they are not producing any there. There is no incentive for them to go in that country. uh, so they are better off to build, make, produce their products in a country which is more suitable for them, and rest of the country they can just export, and that is fine for them. Yeah. So that is also an indicator to look at do the market analysis. When you are doing market analysis, which country to enter in, one thing is this, that how many multinational international corporation, these big giants in manufacturing services, they are physically present there. How many of them are producing something there? So if there are a lot of who are, in some countries you go, you see a lot of people, a lot of companies have stationed themselves. Many are like semi headquartered or headquartered type of situation they have created for themselves. So that is a very good strong indicator. that really shows that that country is definitely better than the better in the sense of international trade or not. There are different indicators what is better and what is not. So exporting, you can just decide that I'm just going to export it. That is it. I'm not going in there. We just sending in our products, and first we can send one container and see market response, how the market response is. Market response is good, we will send the second one. If not, then we will see. And sometimes they would not even do a lot of research, although we emphasize that research, 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 that is the key in international trade. But you have to look at different situations. Like research is, it's easy to say research. I said it 5 times, I can say 10 times. It is very easy to repeat the word, but to conduct the research, it is going to take a lot of money if you are really going to do it properly. So you have to be smart enough to say where you are going to conduct the research and where you are not going to conduct the research. Remember that point about forecasting from yesterday's discussion. Always know when not to forecast. So always know when not to do research. They are smart, other smarter ways to conduct it in a faster way without spending a lot of money in that. Yeah. So think about that. But that does not mean I'm speaking against research. Of course, you guys, we understand each other, that all of us are aware that international trade is going to take research. But I'm just making a point. So in all the modes you are going to see, there will be advantages, disadvantages, and so on. These type of things you have to read in your own time. Turnkey projects, what are those? Just run a Google search and try to understand, reflect on that, and link it with the previous discussions and how they are explaining it. Licensing, for example, this is interesting. Uh, so licensing, many international, they international trade, international businesses, they will give you license. So you would want a license to do something. Let's think of example, Pepsi, Coke, these type of things. Where they should be made. They are made in many other countries. Yes, headquartered is in a certain country, but they manufacture, they produce in many other countries. If you look, do this research in your country also. These type of sodas, Pepsi, and other type of. Someone want to say something? Please go ahead. Okay. What was I saying? Uh, yeah, Pepsi, Coke, these or other similar type of businesses. They many times give you license, so you buy the license to produce or make that. So, for example, what is the formula to make a Pepsi? What is the formula? They run on their formula. If that formula is leaked, then that is it. So think that how they have really well secured their formula. People really don't know what the formula is. So their licensing arrangements are very good. Uh, uh, there are many carbonated water, but Pepsi has a different taste. Coke has a different taste. Other ones have different taste. You can look into that how do they keep their formulas, their recipes same. Other things, like you guys have been talking about McDonald's and KFC and these type of things, their formulas are also pretty safe. Yeah, so you have to think. Yes, Ben, please go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes, Ben, please go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to add, because you said they keep their formulas the same. Actually, they conduct research to change their recipes according to the market, so they can respond to the taste. For example, in Asia, they add a bit more sugar because they prefer the taste when it's a bit sweeter.
Interesting point. So sometimes they would do that, but think about, even if they don't do that, just the quality, because you need water to make these. You are adding water, yeah. So the quality of water is different in different countries, if you think about that. So just that alone is going to make slightly changes in the, because it is water. You are just essentially, it is the water is a major part in that. Yeah, or other things which they would add with the, they use some type of other liquids also. So that is, they are different in different countries. The the properties of water are different in different countries. So you have to think about that. But this is valid point that in some countries they would. But personally speaking, I really don't know about this. Like if they really do that, or it is just we would have to speak with someone who really works and who has really inside information. But yes, they do these type of things. It is a common practice to slightly change or sometimes change a lot the taste of the product. But then it kind of clashes with the marketing principles, because the idea is that your product should be more or less same throughout the world in terms of its characteristics. But then again, it is like, think about this uh, any place you go to eat, uh, and you go to the place, any place, name it, uh, and they have and in on their menus they have pictures of the food. And sometimes if you do not understand what is written in the language, you look at the picture and then you decide which food you want. And so when the food comes, is it really of that looks like the picture which you looked at? Or when you go to these fast food, KFC, Burger King, these type of places, and when you look at their menu and you look at how it is looking when it is served to you, does it has the same picture or look which you initially thought? So maybe in your country, yes, but in majority of the countries, this is not how it is. It's kind of they put the picture they have there is kind of different than what they are really serving. So these are important pointers to think about. But as we reflect on licensing, yes, these type of companies are going to give their license, and in the local market they are going to do something. Yes, yes, Alex, please go ahead.
Yeah, so I think in general, if you're going somewhere in another country, you have to research and study the behavior of the people there, because, for example, a grocery store in Germany, everyone is super rushing through, and if the person at the cash desk takes longer to do the checkout, everyone is annoyed if they have to wait and stuff like that. For example, when I was in the Netherlands, and I was first time grocery shopping, I had a bank card which was not working there. And then the woman just said, "Okay, just go there to the next bank. It's directly across the street, and get some money, and then come back." And everyone was waiting in the whole time, and they weren't annoyed at all or something like this.
Oh
So
yeah.
I think you know that you don't have to have someone at the cash desk who is super fast as you would have to have in Germany, for example.
Yes, 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 very good,
And
very.
I think these are small things which can make your customers happy or unhappy.
Yes, very good, very good, very good. Good contribution to the point, Alex, and thanks very much for contributing through this article, Ben. So, guys, please look into this, and it will explain, how they change their taste and what happens, and so don't believe in everything what is said, but read it, and then read couple of other research papers on this, maybe more thoroughly done, maybe. But this is a good point to think, like how they change their taste and stuff like that. So thanks very much for that, Ben. So franchising is another way. We are familiar with these ways. These are export, these type of things. These are not new to you, I'm sure. So franchising is not a new concept at all for you guys. So in many countries, again, they would not go themselves. They will just sell their franchise. And most of these restaurants, food chains, fast food chains, these are international trade, international businesses, quite big international businesses. So they are selling franchise. And some ice cream shops, these are all franchise, and you name it. Clothing, grocery store, kind of franchising is happening. So think about that, and just pick up the ones you like and try to understand, how franchising, if a franchising advertisement you see, ever in your life you just see a franchising advertisement, and it says that if you are interested in buying this franchise, please contact us. Just send them an email and say, okay, what is the requirement of opening the franchise? They are going to send you the documents. You don't have to open the franchise. You are just asking for, you're just saying, well, I'm interested. Share the documents just to know what is happening, and you would from those, you just, it's a 5-minute thing. You just quickly scan through the documents, and your wealth of knowledge is going to increase tremendously, that you will really know that what are the things they are looking for, like franchising and protocols and this and that. Quite a detailed thing. That is why, in one of the sessions, I mentioned that these type of franchises, although they would be opened in different countries, but if you compare how they look, how the things are placed, in which spots, more or less, you are going to see a lot of similarities that they want to uh, keep. So look into that. Joint ventures, we spoke about that. Not going, you don't want to go alone. If you can go alone. You can go alone. Entry strategy can go alone in an international market, but because it is quite a complex thing, and if you are new, why don't you think that you go in a joint venture? Yes, very good advantage, but there is disadvantage also, that if you are, if it is like partnership, if you have to do something on your own, then you are flexible. You have your liberty and how you want to do it. But if you are doing it with a partner, then you have to think about what they are also thinking. You have to where they are going, what are their thoughts. You have to take them in consideration, like so there is positive, there is negative. You have to think about that. What is your style? If you are someone who can accommodate different points of views, and you can think about them without getting upset or whatever, then joint venture is for you. Otherwise, joint venture is not for you, because you will getting the upset all the time, and you want to do things your own way, and you think you know everything. So why you would be just like our style of our conversation in the course. So for me, it is my personality. It comes naturally for me that I'm okay if someone says something which I don't say. Actually, I enjoy it more. uh, I like it very much, that because I appreciate that there is, of course, if it is rational, it has to be rational also. It is not like it's not, and you guys have been very rational throughout. So if some other point of view comes, I say, all right, that is also one point of thinking. So I look at it. Maybe at the end of the day, I will decide how I want to do it. But that is another point of view. So if we want to be successful in international market, we have to take other people's point of view. If you cannot take other people, like, see, all these people have been speaking in discussions. Ask yourself, when other people were giving some point of view which you did not really you did not really believe in, did you take a moment to listen it? At least just listen and take it in, and then you can reject it. No problem, you can reject it, but listen it. See what the other person is saying. Okay, all right. If it works for you, you take it. If it does not work, you very nicely, you can have your own opinion on that. No problem in that. But this quality, that is the reason of this type of exchange also, because that is the key to international trade if you really want to be successful. But once you become very big, then maybe you can do the things you want. Yeah, then maybe you don't have to listen to people the way you would have if you were smaller. But there is a dark side for that. So for example, you guys were talking about USA, Honorable President Trump. So they are very big now. So when they are big, they are maybe not listening to other people, and they are doing what they want. This recent thing, which is and one of the friends mentioned that we should have spoken about that also. Black movement, Black Lives Matter, in the US also. Yeah, so we could have spoken about that also. But see how they are dealing with that. Yeah, because they are powerful, and what is, so they can do. But at the end of the day, when we know that all the wars, all the disputes, at the end of the day, it can be one after 1 day's fight, or it can be after 10 years fight, or it can be after 20 years of fight, or everyone has to sit down then and then resolve the conflict on a table. You can look at all the disputes in the world. No, no matter how long they were, at the end of the day, you have to somewhere you have to sit down. And so why don't we sit down a little early? So in that from that lens you can decide, joint ventures, what what works for your type of wholly owned subsidiary. You can think about that, selecting an entry mode. You're going to, what are you going, this is a nice table, it gives you advantages, disadvantages. You don't have to read the chapters. Yeah, that is not necessary. But you should at least have a little understanding that, okay, these are the modes, and there are some other modes also. uh, the new modes, looking at the new economy, there are new modes. So do some research on that, try to know what is what. So when you are in the situation where, where your company is selecting, you have a little understanding of what is advantage, what is disadvantage, and then you can participate in the discussions in the company, and then see, what core competencies. You have to look at it. You want to go in from your strength, as one friend mentioned yesterday's discussion. One friend mentioned that strength, you have to look into that. Uh, you guys spoke about other tools like SWOT analysis and those type of things. So yes, but the core competence is more than SWOT analysis. Like, where it is not just which area you are good at. It should be an area which is linked with your purpose, and in the long run you really want to develop on that. That is also very important. So technological know-how, that is important. Management know-how, that is important. And we have spoken about these type of things. If you look back, pressures for cost reduction and entry mode. So you are entering, you have after research, after all the things, you are entering in the market, and then you would have pressures to reduce your cost for various reasons. Maybe, and that would be, maybe you did not get a chance to look very deep into the market, and many times you don't see, no matter how much you research and do something, when you go in the situation, only then you know what it is about. Before that, you cannot really know. You can't really know. When you go in a situation, only then you realize what you have put yourself into. Before that, it is pretty hard. Yeah, so reflect on that. So when you go in the market, there are different challenges going. So in that, you would want to compete, and one of the ways you might want to, maybe you have to think that, can you reduce your cost? Can you do something else? Can you sometimes people cannot reduce the cost, because when you reduce the cost, it also decreases the perception, in the perception of the product in the mind of the consumer. Because think about it, when you see, um, a candy which is 50 euros, 50 euros a candy, maybe you will not buy it. Maybe you will not taste it because it is expensive and it is just a candy. But in your mind, the perception would be that it must be very good. It must be something very special. Think about it. It is a perception. Why? Because it price very high. You really don't know what is in it, but it's just the perception is there. On the other hand, there is a candy which is, you can buy 10 with €1, or 20 candies in €1. You might buy it because maybe you can afford it, but in your mind it might taste good also. But in your mind, sometimes you will think that it's not a big product. And maybe if you try both, the candy which is very, very, very affordable or cheap, and the candy which is very expensive, if you don't know the price, maybe someone is going to really like the cheap candy which is not expensive. Yeah. So this happens in life. We think that, look at clothes. You go to buy a clothes. You go to buy a white shirt. Yeah. a white shirt, you go to one shirt is 200 euros. Then again there is a white shirt which looks nice, decent and everything, and it is 10 euros. So you might buy the shirt which is 10 euros, but in your mind the perception is like, oh, this is the this that is how they build their brand by this. But what is the shirt which is 200 euros, is it really 200 euros? If you look at the costing, you will be surprised. You will really be surprised. I don't want to comment on that and break your maybe you are love with some brands and stuff like that, but if you really look at what is the cost to the company, you would be really surprised at how much they are earning on every product. But then the argument is that sometimes they are handmade, hand stitched and so on, so it costs a little bit more, but definitely it does not cost as much as they for the price for which they sell it. And you can run your research on this and see what. Acquisition, you will acquire some. I asked you to look into greenfield, brownfield type of investments, pros and cons. Essentially speaking, it is like are you going to build yourself the factory plant and those type of things, or you are just going to buy it buy someone else plants, maybe with the ones which are not busy right now, maybe they have left the business or somewhat. So of course there are positives and negatives for that too. Strategic alliances, how you are going to make alliances, just like joint venture, just like partnership, just like cooperation. What are the things you are going to keep in mind when you are making some type of strategic alliances, because that is also part of this entry strategy and strategic alliances. So it kind of emphasizes the strategic alliances. It is just like the example which I gave you of grocery supermarkets, that if one item is short in one store, they will call the competition and they will give them the the product. Of course, if they are in good relationship, and what we were trying to say, that it is good to have good relationship with your competition, because many times competition is going to save us. And if you just observe in your own countries, just observe these people who are competing against each other, you will know that in their personal life they are friends. Yeah, pick up any industry. uh, on the face of it they are competing for us regular people, but inside they are friends in the sense that not friends. If you we Then again, that is another debate, that who is a friend. Yeah, who is a friend, who is a real friend, that is another debate. Yeah, so by friend I mean that good acquaintance. Yeah, so that good acquaintance is there, because again, friendship, to find, even they say that to find handful of friends which you can count on one hand, that is more. If you have one or two good friends in life, that is more than enough. So I don't mean a friendship in that regard. It is just a better substitute for maybe acquaintance in my head when I am using it. Yeah, so strategic alliance, advantages, disadvantages, you look into this, how to. But whenever you are going to go into partnership, there will be problems. So that is fine. You should not go in a strategic alliance thinking that, oh, it will be very problematic, and I should not go in that. No, in anything, if there the problems are there, but advantages are also there. So you have to see, are you willing to face couple of problems to gain those advantages? Because when you are doing one and one is 11, it is not 2. 1 and 1 is 11 also. Yeah, so it depends on how you are seeing it. 1 plus 1 is, are you seeing it as 2, or 1 plus 1 you are seeing it as 11? Yeah, so you are. And then when problems come, what are problems? Problems are opportunities to build better relationships. Yeah, think about this. What are problems? You can have your own definition. So I'm just sharing one thought, that problems are opportunities to improve relationships. Because if you can solve the problem in a good way, that the other party appreciate it, you have built a better relationship. So nothing is wrong in, you should not worry about problems too much. The focus should be that how to solve them. Yeah, just like general in life. Yeah. Partner selection. Yeah, so look at this, make alliance work, and first thing they are talking about partner selection. I think that is the key to it. That is the key to it, because think about it. uh, when you gel with someone, when you can connect with someone, then you can connect. And if you cannot connect with someone, then you just cannot connect with someone. That is it. That is how generally human beings are. That is how we make our friendships. You see, there's your class has like 70 people. Are you friends with all of them, all of 70, when you are seeing them in person? Yeah, no, you are not. That is it. It is not that you are bad or something is wrong with you. No, there will be few people where you will gel with them, and you will like, and so if so that is what partner selection is. You have to. It can be someone very smart, very good, but you are not gelling with them. You are not getting that vibe. You are not feeling it. Yeah. If you are not feeling it, you are not feeling it. That's about it. So partner selection, you have to really think about it. You can't fake it. You can fake it for a short period of time, but international trade going to be a long thing. And if the partner selection is only on monetary gains, then it is going to break anyways. There are so many examples. Please run some research on this. When the joint alliance or strategic alliance was solely based on monetary gain, there was nothing else. What happened after some time? The even the just the culture alone was not merging, so it did not work out. It did not work out. And both companies, very good companies. Mergers and acquisitions, have you seen a lot of have not you seen a lot of mergers and acquisitions fail? Just run this Google search, merger and acquisition fail. Just run it in your country. You can do it in any country. This is across the globe. All countries have problems with mergers and acquisitions, and these are good companies, but when they join together, it does not work out. Yeah. So partner selection, I would want to link it with maybe international human resource also, because even your workers, your people who are going to work for you. Yeah, you need to. Yeah, Anna is giving us failure rate for, my God, what is that? Anna is telling us, please look at this in your chat. Failure rate for mergers and acquisitions sit between 70% and 90%. My God. What is left? 70 to 90% mergers and acquisitions are failing. Look into that. Just take a moment. And these companies are smart companies. These are Philips, Siemens, Microsoft. Name big shots, big shots. But when they combine, they fail. They can't. Their way of doing things is different. Their leadership is different. Their style of dealing with problem is different. So they are okay on their own. They are okay on their own. The companies are very good. But when you combine partner in your link it with your private personal life also, maybe you would understand it a little bit more. Like, two people, very good people, a girl and a guy, very good, individually speaking, very good, very nice, they come together, they can't stand each other, and then they are together for some part, and then they just separate, and people are saying, what happened? They are nice people, they were looking nice, everything was there, what happened? Well, we don't know what happened. They were together. We were not there with them all the time. Yeah, we were looking from the outside. They were looking from inside. They came together out. Same thing for company. So selection, partner selection. Very good. Ben is also giving us a Guardian report, Deutsche Bank, and thanks Ben for that. Very good. Look at this. Benedict is sharing this knowledge with us. Big time bank, big time bank. Merger talks collapse. That's it. Why? Why this happened? Partner selection. Selection. Selection is wrong. So look at this. So in your we're going to fail many times in life, and this is a high topic for our discussion. We have been talking about this, so nothing is wrong in repeating this point that you are going to fail. So in your life, I know these assignments and these things which you are talking about, and the stress and all these type of things, and COVID is going on, and all those type of things. So stress and anxiety and all those type of things are there. Don't worry about these things. These are not failures. These are just the environment is not conducive in this time. This is going to pass. Yeah. So in this time, you just need to select the opportunities in the right way. That is also that is part of selection. Select the workers in the right way. People who are going to work for you. Yeah. People who are going to people you are going to employ. You have to select them based on your style, your way of doing things. Yeah, someone can be very very smart worker, but they might not be suitable with your style because of the way they do things. Yeah, so you have to be very mindful of that. Selecting your boss, selecting your company, you will decide or you have decided which company to work for. All of this is very important. This is partner selection. You are partnering with the company. So most time we are focused with the pay, the salary, the money, the benefits, these things. But if you have good partner, you are going to your work is going to become, it will improve because you are enjoying that environment, everything, support and all those things, and in the long run it is going to help you. So thanks very much for these pointers, Anna and Ben. Very good. But you guys can run the searches and see what. So partner selection, yeah, align structure. We spoke about structure, organization yesterday. Managing the alliance and these type of things. You can look into your point of your, the way you want to think about it. But so this was just a little warm up. Let me hear you guys. What do you think about entry strategy and strategic alliances? I think you have a little. You already maybe have had the insight on this, but I just ran through the chapter there and couple of pointers. So what do you think? These entry strategies and strategic alliances and mergers and acquisition. What is missing in that? How we can improve these type of associations? Anything on that? If you want to say, you can add some pointers if you really think they are important. But if not, that is fine, because that is what it is. And we have had decent discussions on similar type of things, so that is fine. Thanks for that. I have added some supplementary topics again, just like yesterday. So let's talk. Yeah, this clip I wanted to show you. I'm going to turn off the volume and just see what is happening in the clip. Yeah. So look at this one. Uh, yeah, just there is no voice in this. I have muted the voice. So just look at this very carefully. Yeah. Uh, yeah, this is where it is starting. So just watch it carefully. What is happening? It's a short clip, so just pay attention what is happening. Yeah, so there is no volume. Don't worry about that. Just observe. Yeah, he saw something and he goes out and he picks up some blades. Okay, he's shaving. Oh, he's things, man. And the girl smiled, and the guys, and look at that, and look at that. What is that? What is that? What is that? That is his strategy. Yeah, that is his strategy. What is the what he's using in that? He's using shared something. So he's sharing his head with the boss. Yeah, so that is one way to look at it. The strategy is very important in our daily lives also, and in international trade also. So, but I've made some postings here. Look into that. They are going to help you. These are some examples I have added. Places like McDonald's, KFC, Burger King. You can keep those in your mind and go through this. And of course, the chapter is also there. But some supplementary topics I really would like to quickly go through them. It is not going to spend a lot of time maybe in that. Supplementary. So one of the supplementary topic is like human element in international trade. We have been talking about that. So that is, I think, very important, human element. And I spoke about the collaboration of human beings and technology. Yeah. So for that, I'm giving you this example for Samsung, or definitely international business. So you can look it up. This this video, Samsung Argentina and their safety trucks. You would like it. And then Steve Jobs, I think we spoke about him a couple of times. So human element, Steve Jobs, how he's explaining it. This is a 2-minute clip. Please watch it very carefully. He's telling us that what is the right way to manage people. What is the right way to manage people, or what was his way to manage people? You are going to get a lot of insight with this very successful person who really has changed his industry, his international business in many ways. So please spend time looking into that. Motivation is very very important. Key to motivation. Key is motivation. Key is motivation. Uh, Melanie is there. Manali Gabold. She's sitting in there. Let's check. No, I think she's not there. Okay, so motivation. Yeah, motivation. Extremely important. Motivation. How are you going to motivate people? Yeah, as we have established in various discussions. So these two clips I really like on motivation. And when I talk about motivation, I love to show these two clips. Again, they are short clips. You should watch them in your own time. He's giving us very good insight into motivation. So even if you are not interested in even if you are not interested in international trade, or even if you are not interested in business, no problem. You should be interested in motivation, motivating people and those type of things, because no matter what you do, you will need that skill. So these clips I have added for you guys to reflect on. This is an amazing example to motivate your staff. This guy is explaining what technique he uses. This is a short clip, 2 minute, 3 minute clip. What technique he uses to motivate other people. So he's maybe talking about suck it back, suck it back. So when you want to say something to someone, maybe suck it back, internalize, rationalize what is happening. Yeah. Melanie Gabold, I think you are here. So I hope you can hear us. Can you tell what you said about project management and the missing point from yesterday's discussion? That was very good. So please go ahead and share it with class. What you said about shy people and silent people and so on. Yes, Melanie, please.
Yeah, I just said that we not just choose the maybe smartest and the smartest people and those who are seemingly the most interested and motivated ones into the project teams. I also would choose the silent or shy ones into the project teams, because maybe they're smart and motivated and interested as well as the others, plus but maybe you don't see it at the first sight.
Beautiful, beautiful point. Thanks very much, Melanie. I really love your point. How you have made it. Thanks very much. So, guys, when we were discussing, project management, we were saying that, go for people who are motivated, smart, interested, and those type of things. Especially not maybe you guys. I was saying that, yeah, we find people who are interested, motivated. You can see that they are interested and motivated and all those type of things, that is, I think, what I was trying to say. Melanie gave me her point of view here, and I really loved it. That she says, let me read it for you guys. So she's saying, so in my opinion, why should we only choose those people? She's referring to what I said yesterday. Why not having a second look? Maybe at the silent or shy ones. Are those just less interested, smart, or motivated because we do not see it on the first? She's asking this question. These people who are silent, who are shy, and okay, all of those things which I maybe mentioned yesterday, is saying, she's asking question, are those just less interested, smart, or motivated because we do not see it on the first sight? And then she's giving her opinion. I think choosing also those people into the project team could surely be risky. She's appreciating the point which we were making yesterday. She said, yes, it could be risky. I understand that. But also can turn out to be a great benefit if we let people grow with their tasks. What a beautiful point that is. How nicely she has worded it. Think about it. Yeah. So I was saying that, in the project, you want find people who are smart, intelligent, who are interested, motivated, and these type of things. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah. Melanie is stopping us from that. He wants us to reflect. He's saying, hold on. Yes, that is right. You are right. But these people who are shy, these people who look, less interested, are they really less interested, or it is just your perception? And I also had similar type of conversation with, I think, Alexandra this morning. Like, the culture, she was explaining me that different cultures in Germany, this is maybe the culture. Yeah. So other country would have a different culture. So we always need to, uh, we can hold our opinion. So, but always appreciate the other party also, that is also a point of view to bring across the thing. So please consider that. And I would even like to take this comment a little further, that the people who seem less interested, the people who would seem less motivated, whose fault is that? If you are the leader, if you are leading me, if you are leading me, I'm talking with you individually, you guys. Yeah, I'm talking with you. Yes. If you are leading me and I am not motivated, whose fault is that? Is it my fault that I'm not motivated, or is it your fault that you are unable to motivate me? You are unable to excite, you are unable to understand. Whose fault is that? That is the question here. So that is how I look at my sessions and those type of things. I think about it that way, that if you, let's say you fail, if you fail in the sense that you don't score a passing grade and you get less than 50 or whatever, 60, whatever is the grade, you get less than 50 and you fail, whose fault is that? Is it your fault or is it my fault? Yeah. So I would say it is my fault. Yeah. So maybe it is your fault because you did not study, or whatever you were supposed to do, you did not do it. But I would say that it is my fault, because in international trade you have to take responsibility. At the end of the day, no matter whose fault it is, if you are leading, it is your fault. It does not matter whose fault it is. You are the leader, it is your fault. You chose the team. Why you chose that team? Why you chose that partner? It is your fault. So yes, I don't 100% mean it like, yes, if people are not interested and you try your best and all those type of things you do, and then, some people would never be interested and they would have their own agenda. That is fine. But you have to think about this. This is I think extremely important point to really reflect on if we really if we really want to be successful in the international market. So that is why I was showing you this clip, which you should be able to see it on the screen, to motivate your staff. Suck it back. Motivate, suck it back. Yeah, so this one is kind of talking about that. So think about, so all and always do that. If someone is making some point, which, so this will happen, sometimes you will forget it, sometimes you will maybe you will, because of miss. So for this is good point. So for example, in project management, when we were discussing, maybe I came out as saying that, just take the motivated people, just take the bright people, just take these type of people. But then, the Melanie is telling us that, yes, if you do that, there are it, then how you will grow, how you will grow new talent, how will you groom new people, how will you develop the succession planning and so on, and that type of, how you will gel the people together, because different people will have their different styles of expressing and so on. So you have to be very mindful. So in that, both examples, what how some points Alex made and some points Melanie made, they are, and some other friends also have been making similar. I'm sorry if I'm not taking your name, but that's not important. The important is that we get the hang of the idea. In the same breath, uh, uh, I want to show you this thing. And but before, I think couple of people are raising their hand, so please go ahead if you want to say something.
Yeah. So I wanted to edit the point that I agree with you. As a leader, it's part of your responsibility that you motivate your people. But I also think that there's, I don't know, like you can't always influence it that much, because if someone has personal problems that
Yeah,
are not related to work at all, you can't take care of their problems. So
yeah,
I think you can influence them to a part where it comes to work problems or work motivation, but part of their
yeah.
intrinsic motivation, I don't think you can reach.
Yes, fair enough, fair enough. Any other friend want to add something? I think couple of people raised their hand, but please go ahead if you have to say. Anyways, no problem. If you can join whenever you feel like. So, and I would want to go a little bit further. Like, you need to look at these type of things. These type of things you, I think, would want to link. And this is like, the same point which Teresa is making. Like, people would have their own problems and stuff, and you can't deal with that, and so on and so forth. But I take what Teresa is saying. She's absolutely right, and uh, I'm not opposing the point of view, but I'm just inviting you guys to, try to go a little bit deep into this, because there is some research which shows that, these problem people, there are ways to motivate them also. Because think about it, a person who is already motivated, what are you doing in that? They are already motivated, they are going to do, in wherever they go, they are going to go all out. That is their personality. This is people who are not looking like motivated, and maybe deep down they just need a little bit push. But this one is talking about how to motivate your problem people who give you problems, how to motivate them. Yeah, it is easy to energize employees who want to be motivated, but how do you crack the tough cases, the people who never seem to do what you want yet take up all your time? How do I motivate the people who have never raised their hand and never said anything? Yeah, how do I motivate? That is the question here. Yeah. So 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 the people who raise hand, it's not me who is motivating them. It is, yes, I am saying something which is helping them, but but somewhere in their heart they are also supporting that somewhere in that. So this is different viewpoints are there, but I really feel that, if this is my personal thought, it's not binding. You can think the way you want. My personal thought is that if I am in a negotiation and the negotiation fails, there must be something which I did not do it properly. That is how I think. That is my personality. Yeah. If I am unable to motivate someone, uh, I always look within and ask myself, um, how I could have done it differently. And of course, the point which Teresa mentioned, I respect that. That yes, of course, after doing all the things, if someone is not going to do something, well, that's it. What can we do? But the point is that, did I try enough? Did I really try enough? Really, did I give my 100% or 200%? So yes, after that you decide whatever. There is always a limit for everything. But what I'm trying to say, that in international trade, you don't give up very easily. You don't give up on your dreams. You don't give up very easily. Otherwise, you won't be able to achieve them. Yes, guys, you want to say something? Please go ahead.
I think there is not a general solution for everybody, but I think it's really important that when you feel that you cannot motivate your employee, or he's not motivated or doing anything, to sit down with him and have a deep talk and like try to find out what's going on and tell the person how you feel about the situation, and that you think that how he acts is showing you that he's not motivated at all. Maybe that was not his intention, and maybe he's motivated super good, but he's just not showing it. So it's really important to sit down, find out what's going on, and then together find a solution and ask, hey, how can I help you by motivating you? Because it's also not a solution for everyone. You have
Oh,
to do it individually.
beautiful. Yes, yes. Good point. Please make note of this, guys. Yes, guys, continue, please. You guys are raising hand. Please go ahead. Make it fast. Anyone?
Yeah, I would also say, like, for example, if you know your employee, it is helpful to assign him to tasks, like, which are really good, which he's really good at. So you can ask him, like, oh, what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, and you can assign the task according to what he is good at, and then maybe he will be more motivated than otherwise.
Yes. Okay. Maybe that is one way to look at it. Keep going, please. Make it fast, please. I think, Teresa, you have raised your hand, and that is why, the if you are the first in line and people are thinking you would speak. So yes, yes, Ryan, please go ahead.
Yeah, I think also you could have the rewards strategy to your employees, like give them incentive to be motivated, like give them recognition, like compliments on their work, so they would feel the sense of achievement, so they want to achieve more, like
Wow.
something. Yeah.
Yeah, Ryan. Yes, very good point, Ryan. Anna Lena Gotts. Anna Lena Gotts. You are there? You can hear me, Anna Lena.
Yes, I'm here.
Yes, yes, Anna, please tell us about the gifts. Ryan just spoke about, he just spoke about rewards and these type of things. So you are the expert in gifts, and you have so much knowledge in that. So please share it with us. Like, what are some of the things we should keep in mind in giving, gift and gift culture, and anything you can say, anything you remember. Please
Mhm.
go ahead and share with us. Thank you.
So I think like gifts in business affairs can be really important, but they can be a big advantage for you, but they can be also a disadvantage if you choose the wrong gift for for the one who receives the gift, because there are a lot of differences in cultures and companies regarding to gifts.
So, for example, German business people tend to separate their private and business lives. Therefore, you should choose a gift which is not too personal. And for example, in Russia, if you visit the family of your business partner, it's really important that you always bring gifts for his or her children, because children are really important in the Russian culture. And also, for example, in China, it's really important that you pay attention to colors, because colors have different meanings there. And you should never wrap your gift in a black or white paper, because those are colors which stand for death and mourning. And you should also never give a Chinese person a gift which consists out of 4 items, because the number 4 stands in connection to death and bad luck. And yes, all those things you have to keep in mind. I think there are numerous other differences regarding gift giving in other cultures, and you should be really aware of this if you do international business and if you want to make use of gifts in your business affairs, because it's really easy that your opponent can feel insulted or by choosing a wrong gift. Yes.
Excellent, excellent. You are an expert in gift giving. Thanks for that, Anna.
You're welcome.
Chian Jui Huang. Chian Dui Huang, please help me pronounce properly. Yes, yes. So please, Chian, please tell us the things about Taiwan and Vietnam, which we were talking about. Please tell the class. I think that is going to help us understand what is happening. So anything you want to say about Taiwan and your Vietnam visit and how the things are happening there, you can link it with international trade. That will be nice. Please go ahead. Okay, I think we cannot hear uh, Cheon Jui Huang, semester 8 right now. But whenever your internet connection is better, you can jump into the conversation whenever it is possible for you and tell us about your knowledge about Taiwan and Vietnam and other interesting things you are telling me. So you can do that whenever your internet connection gets a little bit better. Yeah, thanks for that. Yes, next one. Some people are Melanie, Leah. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to add that it's not to ask people about their strengths and weaknesses. Sometimes it also helps to ask the employees how would they resolve the task, or how would they solve the problem. Maybe it could be also helpful to reflect on what could be done better, for example.
Yeah, yeah, very nice. Thanks for that. Of course, very good technique.
I just wanted to add a personal story to the point I made earlier, because when I did internship, there was one girl, an intern with me, and I needed to let her know how we do the retrospectives. And I was talking it through with her and planning everything and gave her enough information, and we did it together. And then when we did it, she just sat there with her phone and was staring at it, and she was looking like she was really bored and was not interested in it at all. And then my boss was asking her if she can have a conversation with her, and then she was not just applying that she was bored, but she was like, well, I had the expression that you were really bored, and what's going on, because I saw that you were planning all of this ahead and you knew what to do, so why were you bored? And she then responded that she was not bored at all, and she did not know that it was that we were assuming that she is, because she was just insecure and did not know what to do exactly, so that's why she stared at her phone. So sometimes what we see and what the reality is completely different.
And what was she doing? What was she doing? She was on phone. What did you say?
Yes, she was on the phone the whole time. She was looking at the phone and was not in. So whenever her part was over, she was sitting down and then taking out her phone in the meeting and just staring at it. It was weird.
This is, guys, please make note of this point. This is extremely important point because you would see these type of things happening. You would see someone doing something, and from that you would have your analysis because no matter we agree or not, we have stereotypes, and this is a stereotype that if someone is on a, this is a different type of stereotyping. So stereotyping is not just about black and Jamaicans and Indians and Germans. It is about these things also, that someone is on phone and they are not paying attention in the meeting. What is going on? I want to tell you a personal story on this because I I I want you to learn from any mistake if I have made, so you don't make it. And thanks, Leah, for bringing this up. So Leah has given you her observation, what really happened. He's giving us a example of what happened, and let me give one example also. So I was in the, there is an initial ceremony at the start of the. But before that, let me take Cheon Jui Hong. I think he's having some difficulty with internet. So I think if Cheon, if your internet is stable, please go ahead and speak because I see you come in
Okay,
and go. Yes, please go ahead.
so I think that's the Vietnam story will be more interesting.
Please go
So
ahead.
last year I was doing my internship in Vietnam, and there was one day that my supervisor took me to the administrative office to apply for, a barcode, because if a company wants to export products, they have to have a barcode on their products. But anyway, when we arrived in the office, and my supervisors told me that, well, that officials do not so happy today, so maybe we just give him some gift. And actually that gift was money, and that money, it was actually packed by a cookie box. Then the officials say, okay, then you can put it on the table, then you can go. So that's my story about that. I witnessed the corruption in person.
Oh yes, thanks for sharing that. And anything you want to add for the Taiwan also, which can anything overall for international trade which can help us.
So well, I think gift is very important in Chinese culture in terms of business environments, but
Mhm.
you have to be careful of selection your gift. One example is that you will never want to send a watch to your business partner because, well, the pronunciation of watch in Chinese is like death. So, well, if you send a watch to your business partner, that means I wish you go to die. So yeah, you might not want this happen.
Oh yes, thank you very much for Huang. Thank you very much. Really appreciate both examples were great, and link it with what Anna told us. Anna Lena Gotts. She also told us an interesting thing about gift. So link this with that. Paula, I am sorry. Please go ahead. You are the first one.
Yes, I just wanted to add something to the gifting. For
Yes,
example,
please.
I think that in Germany it's important to have two types of rewarding for motivation. For example, the monetary rewarding, like for Germans, it's always a nice motivation to have a 13th pay in the year, or like bonuses, also bonuses for good performance. But then also, I think it's a good incentive to have something like an employee of the month, or um, something like that, that you get rewarded for good performance and have regular performance reviews as well.
Yeah, very good, very good. So very nice point. Paula is linking it with performance reviews and so on. Yeah, so please link these pointers in your own time. So let me go back and link with what Leah was saying. So Leah told her story of her observation of a girl who would speak when it was her turn in the meeting, and then otherwise she would just go on her phone and do other type of things and whatever. And from there, people thought that she is not interested and so on. So let me tell you my story also. So in my for my degree, when I was just starting out my degree couple of years ago, um, there was a introduction to the school, to the environment, whatever. And it was a small class, like around 30-40 people in that degree, in that program. So they invited us, and of course I went there. I was very motivated, enthusiastic, and all of that, and with all the ambitions that I am going to score very high and all those type of things which we have. And I did eventually once. So uh, I was sitting in the first row with a guy. Uh, uh, so we were sitting next to each other, and we are listening to what different people come and they give you their side point of view, that uh, focus on these things while you are in school, focus on these things, do this, don't do this, and all that type of introductory talks. And they take a little bit of a while. So I was listening them very carefully and attentively, and all my ears and everything was with the people who were speaking, and I'm paying attention. On the other hand, this guy who is sitting beside me, he has a piece of paper and he has a pencil, and he's making some drawings on them, random drawings. He's drawing. Ah,
I guess it was a pretty big drawing.
Yes, guys. So I hope you understand. He was really drawing. So he was all of his focus is on drawing, and he's not paying attention to what those people are saying. So from that, I made a perception about him that this guy is not interested in in school. This guy is no good. And he was also dressed very very casually, and just he was sitting casually, and everything was so casual about him, and then he's drawing various things, pictures, houses, dolls, kites, anything, strange things he's just drawing. But he was there and he stayed till the end. So, and I was looking at him that what is he doing, what is going on. So anyways, in my mind, I just took him out of my mind. I said, I am not going to associate with this guy, because if I associate with him, I would also be just trying and not studying at all my focus would be on trying. So now when the semester started, of course I was not really into him, and I made my friends. And although I could make, we could be the first friends, because I'm the first one meeting him, and he's the first one meeting me. We are the first one who are there in the introduction, like in terms of acquaintance, developing friendship. But neither he bothered, neither I bothered. None of us bothered. So, and then the semester started, and then uh, I observed that whenever he would make a point, his point would be very intelligent, and so on and so on. But I said, Never mind." But when the results came, he was one of the top scorers in all the 5 courses which we took in the first semester, and I was like, "Wow, that is amazing!" But by then he had made his own friends, and I had made my own friends, and both of us knew, because we met in the first day and we did not really click. We did not come close at all throughout the time of the program. Uh, so think about that. I was just looking at him and just seeing that he's not in. From what he was doing, I made my perception. So whose fault it is? Is it my fault that I assumed from that, or is it his fault that he should not have been doing what he was doing? Now, there is no right or wrong answer to that. Some people would say it is my fault. Some people would say it is his fault. Some people would say it is no one's fault. It just happened. It was just not destined to be. But the point I want to make from what Leah said, and the reason for me to share this story with you, that do the right things for that environment. So the example Leah gave, in that environment, maybe it was not the right thing to just stare at the phone. So don't give a chance to other people to make assessment of you, because you are doing something because you are managing your personality, your demeanor in that situation. You are in a meeting. Even nothing is wrong in taking the phone or whatever. Nothing is wrong in that. But see the protocols of the environment. Same way, just like the guy who was making the drawings, he should not have maybe done that. But then maybe that was not important for him. It was like it was not in any official meeting or something. But maybe that is how he wanted other people to perceive him, that he's casual, and he wanted to be a dark horse that no one knows about this person, and he comes out of that dark horse. You call that type of person. So think about these things. good things to reflect on. Okay, so we were talking about, I think, how to motivate problem people, and this one I would want to, please look into this in this highlighted section. You may be the cause of your employees' lack of motivation. You may be the cause of your employees' lack of motivation. Maybe you are doing something which is bringing lack of motivation for some reason. It can be any reason. You are bringing out the worst rather than the best in the person you are trying to help. Yeah. So think about that. So what I'm trying to say is taking responsibility of your actions yourself. Don't think what the other party is going to do in international trade. Always take responsibility of yourself. If someone is fighting with you, if someone is angry with you, if someone is shouting at you, yes, something is wrong with them, of course, but what did you do? You can always you can only control yourself. You can't control all the other people around you. You can just how you are going to react to the situation. Yeah, that is you guys can say what you want to say right now. Whatever, you can say something against me. Yeah, so is that in my control? Yes, to some extent, but what is really in my control is how I will respond to that situation. When you say something, how will I respond to it? Will I also start fighting, or I will just let it go with that? Yeah, so this is the same. You have to be very mindful of this in international trade because of the things we have been discussing. So look into this. This is one of the supplementary topics, human element. Yeah. So human element, I think, is important. Next supplementary topic. These are not direct linked with international trade, but because they were coming in the discussion, so I want to take them. So material management, some material. So look into very quickly. I'm going to go through them. Material management, materials management, different types of materials. How these international businesses, international trading businesses, they manage their material. I think that is something which you should really reflect on and think about it. I have given you some examples. In your own time, you are going to go through them. For example, Toyota is a big international business. How do they manage their materials? This is a short clip on that. Please look into this. DHL, DHL, FedEx, these type of companies, they really are very good in material management. That is why they are able to deliver the product to the destination, whatever we trust them that when we DHL, when we FedEx something, it is going to reach on the destination. So this is, yes, Ben, please go ahead.
I'm not sure if this is the point you want to make, but when it comes to material, we have a very futuristic technology in our company because we work with digital twins. So customers have the opportunity, they don't have to buy the machine to see how it is working. They can rather go with virtual reality into a program and can explore the machine before they even have it, and they can configure everything, and they can see it digitally, how it's going to be, and what specifics they need. And that's how you can handle material as well, because you don't need to ship it and maybe take something back, because you can already do everything in advance.
Very good, excellent contribution in material management. So remember that little discussion we had about technologies. I have posted the link on the website. If you go through that link is also going to talk about a couple of the things Ben has mentioned. So thanks for that. So yeah, using technology, seeing it, and observation, and you can do this using technology nowadays. Many companies are doing that. So you have been watching this thing which I was playing as Ben was speaking. So look at this. This is yes, predictive maintenance. Very good, very good. So these type of maintenances. So Ben is talking about preventive, predictive maintenance. There are other types of maintenance also. So look into that. Very, very useful. Thanks for that, Ben. So look at this one now. And as Ben has mentioned, this point, predictive maintenance. This is very good point. Material management. So predictive maintenance. Like for example, in the car, for example, in the cars, it is going to tell you that you need to change your oil after this much kilometer, or now is the time to change the oil, or the tire, the brake shoe, the brakes needs to be changed, or the air pressure is low. What is that? All of that is what Ben is just explained us just by using one word: predictive maintenance, predictive analysis, preventive analysis, these type of things. Very good, you guys are bringing in the things which you maybe learned in other courses. So think how useful that is. So what is the material? Material is your car. That is important, expensive material, and these type of things help you in that. Very good, excellent, very very impressive. Yes, look at this. FedEx. So how are they handling the material? Look at that. Yeah. So people are there. They are just throwing in the things, and they are laughing, smiling, and all those things. So if let's say that one of the box belong to you, would you be happy if you see this? Like, let's say that one box is your box, which you are sending to maybe to me, to Jamaica. You are sending me something in Jamaica, and this is what they are doing. Would you be? Or I'm sending you something in wherever you are. Would I be happy to see that this is what is happening to the gift I am sending you? This is how FedEx is treating my things which I wrapped for you. I'm not happy at all. Yeah. But look at this in today's environment, you are in, anyone can record you, anyone can take your video and post it on social media and so on. What will be the impact of that? Yeah. So FedEx. This one, Domino's, international business again. These companies like Pizza Hut, Domino's, big companies. There are so many others in Europe. So you can look into these examples. So these workers who are working in the pizza shop, they played with the pizza or did something nasty to the pizza, and someone made the video and posted it online, and look what happened. Look at this video now in your own time. Domino's president responds to the prank video. The president of the company, the high official of the company, of the country, some two regular employees who are maybe on a shift or something like that, working on maybe minimum wage, they did something, and now president is coming and is telling that I'm really sorry, this whatever he has to say. So look into this in your own time. And then auditing, the concept of auditing, that is very important also in the from the various discussion points which you are bringing in throughout the week. Auditing, proper auditing, different types of auditing. For example, this one, you can listen to this one. It's just like 7 minute, I think 8 minute, 8 minute long clip. The how and why of auditing. It is not linked with finance and accounting. It is not just that type of auditing. It is like auditing linked with quality, productivity, and it is very important for international trade, because in the international market you are competing using many characteristics, and one of the major one is quality of your product, how much you. So auditing, material handling, that I have included as your supplementary topic. If you are interested in engaging more with the international trade, only then these things are for you. Otherwise you don't have to worry about that. I have also included quality as a concept. Quality, because you would have to think about quality in all aspects of the discussions you guys have been making, in all different types of examples you guys have been giving. Quality is the key thing. So you have to, so for example, service quality, production quality. These are short clips in your own time. You can watch them. I have given you various international business examples. For example, Honda is there. uh, This video I want to show you again. The voice is mute, and I'm not going to show you all of it. I just want to make a couple of points. So for example, this is the advertisement of a company. You can see the gun, very high end AK-47 in his hands, and you can see the guy who is the worker. And on this right side, you are seeing on the far right side of your screen, right side of the screen, the guy who is speaking, who just stopped speaking. He's the owner of the company. He's the owner of the company. So see what is happening. The owner, the boss of the company, not the employee. The boss of the company gone down in the car, and look at this, what is happening. Look at that. This one now. Yeah. So this is not an advertisement of the car. It is the advertisement or the communication of the screen. So the owner has gone behind the windscreen, and he is demonstrating his faith on his product. He is saying that he is so sure that he can risk his life with his product. And with that, he is going into international trade. You can see different flags, and this is definitely an international company, and their screens are installed. They big, bulletproof screens and other things. So the question I want to ask you guys, and look at this, and you might say that they are bulletproof and everything and all those type of things. You can say that, of course, but the point I wanted to bring is that yes, it is bulletproof, but still there is a likelihood that things can go wrong. But he is really demonstrating that with his product nothing will go down. This much surety, this much confidence he has, that he is willing to, of course he must be wearing the bulletproof jacket and all those type of things would be there, that is there, but still it really takes some balls, some confidence to really do this type of demonstration, because he did not really have to do that as the owner of the company or the top boss. So for international trade, this type of confidence is required if you're really going to compete with the big guns. uh, if you really want to do that type of thing is required. So in your own time, think about that. Some other interesting clips are there, but I don't want to go through them. You would want to go through them in your own time. Upside of feeling down, upside of feeling down. So in international trade and in life, many things happen, and you start feeling down and so on. I've added this reading for you. Uh, this is authentic research. You can look it up. Beyond happiness, the upside of feeling down. Upside of feeling down. So this research is telling us that there are many upsides of feeling down. You can, for example, negative emotions do us a great favor. Negative emotions do us a great favor. They save us from ourselves. They are signals urging us to change what we are doing, and they are actually necessary for feeling good. They are necessary to feel good. Yeah, they say if you don't feel bad, how you are going to feel good? Yeah. So, and this is coming from Psychology Today. Yeah, international reputed magazine. Yeah. So please look into that. Ashraf has posted a clip. Please watch that also. Must be very interesting. So think about the. I'm not going to go the details, and if you are interested in this, and link it with our first interaction when we were talking about idea generation, and and I was asking you, where do good ideas come from, and you guys were telling me good ideas come from bad situations where you want to improve them. Good ideas come from adversity, pressure, those stress. Good ideas come from there. uh, as long as you don't give up. If you give up, of course, if the stress takes you over, if it overwhelms you, then of course you will come out of the situation. But all the big initiatives, they are product of bad situations and adversity and feeling bad and feeling negative and negative emotions. So there is a lot of research on this. So I'm just trying to, if bad times come, and they will go just like they came. Anyone can be, there's 70 people, might some even one person might be feeling down and whatever, and why this happened, and this bad situation came, you just learn from it, and next time try to do a little bit better, and then next time try to do a little bit better. That is the mindset we should have in international trade if we want to be successful in international market in any way, not just trade, international market. Other clips are there. One of the friends mentioned the power of belief, for example. I think that is very important. So I have posted this clip for you guys. So look into these things, please. Mindset. Uh, to be successful, all these type of things are there. So in your own time, please go through them. So that was quality. And then overall scheme of the things, if we look at all the things which we are talking about, have been talking about throughout the week, it is linked with somewhere, it is linked with change. So things are changing. This happened, now you have to manage this change. So change management. So I've added one of my lectures on change management. It is like 40 minutes long, actual speech. I think you should watch it in your own time and link it with international trade. When you will click this link, international trade, it will open up that talk. I think you can forward the 12-13 minutes in the beginning, and then the talk starts, and it is like maybe 30-35 minutes. And then in the question answer session, maybe you would want to then again skip a few minutes and go into question answer session, and reflect on those questions and see how would you answer those questions in the context of globalization, in the context of international markets. I think that can be a very good exercise. uh, Ashraf, you have put a video link, YouTube. Would you like to go through it very quickly, like just to explain us? Maybe we can't watch it.
You started with that video about Mercedes and the bulletproof glass. This one from Tesla when they launched the Tesla truck, and they said something that is bulletproof and rocket proof, blah blah. And then during the launch, they had this epic failure, which they hit the glass and the glass broke. So it was quite embarrassing for them. And Elon Musk was there, so it was a disaster. But then he said, "Well, sorry guys, I did it for the memes, because he's a guy, he knows to like he's a fun." And so here it is. Yeah, exactly. So it was not supposed to be like this. It was supposed to be a bulletproof glass that won't get broken by getting hit with this, I don't know, ball, which is quite heavy, I think. Yeah.
Yes, very good, very good. And other things also, I have seen this clip. Other things also happened with the handle and overall quality of the car. I remember these things happen. And thanks very much, Ashraf, for bringing this point. And this is very important point, because think about it. This is a failure, and think it is an international failure, and people are laughing on this, and we are looking at it, and we are like, this is not a good sign, especially when we just saw a video where the owner was willing to sit behind his seat, and all. Sebastian is saying, well, the glass did not break. So yes, that is a point, but still, yes, go ahead, you want to say something?
Me or Sebastian?
No one. That is a joke. I think Sebastian is in the right mood. He's saying that it did not broke, and it's right. It did not break. Yes, of course. But something happened which was not supposed to happen. Yeah. So, but think about this guys. Tesla, big company. Elon Musk, big guy. Honorable Elon Musk. Yeah. So, but see, they laugh it off, as Ashraf explained us, that his guy his what was his reaction? Did he just pull
No,
his
he
hair out?
just laughed totally. I mean, he was very calm, and he didn't seem to be bothered about it because he knew that they will make it better, and the name of the company won't be affected by this. And they didn't. I mean, at the moment, they are doing phenomenally good.
Yes, yes, yes. That is what very good. Thanks for this, for bringing this in the discussion. And this is exactly the point I wanted to make. I think Ashraf just read my mind. That this is you fail, you fail. So what? No problem. You just laugh it off. See, what you can do, and sometimes you should get angry also. If I'm not saying that you should take life very easily and every time you fail and you are laughing it off, and no, it is not that. It is you, when you have done all you could do, you have given your 200%, everything is done, you have done what you could do, and after that if something don't work out because of some reason, one thing or another, then no problem, because you gave it your all. So the Tesla guy know that they did their best, whatever they could do in that time, in that space, in whatever restrictions they were working on, they just did what they could. And then if this thing did not work out, no problem, we will try again and then improve it. Are they going to give it up? Are they going to stop making cars or whatever? No, they will not. So that is the same attitude we should have. Actually, why I am talking too much about this topic, that I've seen many people, they start something and then they fail in that, and then they give up, and then people tell them you can't do that, and they accept it. Yes, if you really think you cannot do it, then okay, maybe you should do something else. But most of the time, whenever we are going to have a big challenge, the chances of failure is going to be high for us. So we should keep that in mind, please. Yes, Jonas, please go ahead. You have to say something.
Yes, what I want to add to this video is that you never know if this was just an accident or maybe this was just some part of an elaborated marketing strategy,
Oh,
because
yes. Yes.
everyone was talking about this incident, and by
Yes.
which you are also talking about the car. And the thing is that the car didn't like launch the next day. There's like still a lot of time till the car finally will launch. It hasn't launched
Yes.
yet, and there's enough time to convince the public that, oh yeah, we fixed everything and this was just like a little blunder in the beginning. So
Yes.
you never
Yes.
know.
Yes, yes, absolutely correct. We are not saying that it was true. This really happened. It is very likely that it is a marketing campaign also. So we are not saying that this is how Tesla is. It is very likely. As a matter of fact, the chances are, if you ask me, chances are that it might be just a marketing campaign, but then it might be a real problem also. We don't really know that. So and then Tesla cars are, the way they make the cars, they are not like, they have not reached their full capacity. They are new cars, so they will evolve over a period of time. It is not about Tesla or any other company. It is just that the products evolve, perfect, improve over a period of time. The first launch is not perfect. It's not, because that thing is tested in the controlled environment. When it goes out, it goes on the road, it goes in different hands, it stays there for a couple of years, then we really know that if this product is really worth it or not. And that is the same discussion we were having about BMW and Toyota. Because, for example, new BMW, if you buy a brand new BMW and you buy a brand new Toyota, after 20 years, what would be the shape of both of them? So it is very likely that Toyota might still be in a position to run, but most likely most of the components of BMW might not work. Why? Because they are very much technology advanced, and most of technology high tech things they are using. So those type of things have tendency to break down over some time, especially if you don't really care them well. And in different countries, road conditions are very different also. So I'm not talking about specific countries in developed countries in the world. The car is going to run on the broken roads and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm talking about international context of the brand. Anyone else would want to add something at this point about human element, entry strategies, strategic alliances, partnerships, failures, material management, quality, change management? All of these were supplementary topics, but any example, anything anyone would want to share, this would be a good time to talk about it. Okay, if not, no problem. I think we have looked at this. Okay, now what we are going to do is we are going to have our proper discussion on global production on and the links between. But before that, I have a task for you guys. So let's do that. So the task is that you are going to play. So on the website, when you go on the website, chapter number 17, this is where we are. Chapter number 17. So when you global production and supply chain management, this is where we are right now. When you will click this, this will open ITM 17, and when you will scroll down, you will click for this link: Emirates flight catering 38 million meals. When you will click this, with this video will start playing. But let me just put this link in the chat, yeah, for easier reference. Yeah, so here is the link. I have put it in the chat. Yeah, so you guys have this link. You have the link for this Emirates flight catering 38 million meals. So all of you watch this clip on your own screen, and the reason is that if I play it over here, maybe the voice quality will not be very good for you guys because of different internet connections and so on. So that's why I'm not playing it here. So you guys please watch this clip, which you are seeing in the in the chat, and watch it very carefully and make notes. Whatever information you are getting from that, make notes of that, and then we are going to discuss it. It is about production, and we will link it with global production and supply chain. So what I'm asking, please watch the clip, post it in the chat, make notes, and then we come back in the discussion and we talk about that. The clip is around 7 minutes, so we are going to meet back in next let's say uh, 10 minutes. 10 minutes is good enough. Yeah. So please watch the clip, play the clip like this, turn on the volume and listen to that, make notes, and we talk. We will meet in 10 minutes. Thank you very much. Okay, guys, I hope you have seen the video and made your notes, how you would want to reflect on the video we just saw. So if you have not done that right now, please mute me and watch the clip and make notes, because that is what you would want to contribute, and this is important for your participation in the course. So please, you have to think about that. Yeah, so the topic is global production and supply chain management. Yeah, that is what we are trying to talk about. And supply chain management is essentially all the different type of things which we have been talking about throughout the semester. We are not going to, spend too much time on that maybe, but I just wanted to bring in some examples of global production. If you guys can, pick up the major themes from that, and then maybe we can have a little chat on that. So that is the purpose of talking about this. But anyways, let me go through quickly the postings which they are. Global supply chain. What is global supply chain management? Here is the clip. The guy has explained it very nicely. You can watch that, especially this clip. Is your supply chain fit for the future? The future of different technologies, as for example Ben mentioned, any type of, this talking about scans, virtual reality, those type of things. Maybe your supply chain has that. Maybe your supply chain does not have those things right now, but are you building some type of capacity that over a period of time, if you have to grow, increase your capacity, you have that leverage, flexibility in your supply chain? Can you do that? And global production, outsourcing, logistics. Now outsourcing, think about that, it came a couple of times in the discussion. It came today also. Outsourcing came today also. So chapters are there, go through them in your own time. Explanation is there, what is logistic, what is outsourcing. If you want to have a theoretical explanation, you can look into that. uh, but let me go through maybe this one very quickly. What are some of the advantages, disadvantages of outsourcing maybe? So you can look at these type of things, advantages and disadvantages of outsourcing. Advantage: when you will outsource, what would be the advantage? You will be saving some cost because you are not doing it yourself and you are asking someone else who is maybe good in that. So you are saving cost, you are saving time, you are saving energy, you are focusing on your niche, you are focusing on becoming some better in your select core competency, you are developing that. Gaining outside expertise, you are doing that. Improving operation services, focusing on core competencies, gaining outside technology, these type of advantages. What can be some of the disadvantages? Opposite of the advantages are the disadvantages. For example, you are losing that control which you would have on the production or anything if you are doing it on your own. Increased transportation cost, yeah, because coming up bringing in the product, bringing in the raw material, whatever you are outsourcing, it can increase your cost, especially if it is a tangible uh, product. A negative impact on employees, that can be there. Long term impact, different type of things can be there. So you can think about that. Ethical issues, we spoke about that. Audit, I spoke about that briefly today. So these type of things you would want to think in your own time. But I'm really interested in talking about some case, and for that I selected. There are so many, but I just selected this Emirates, and you just watch the clip. So please take us through. What did you watch in the clip? What stands out? What the clip is about? Anything you want to say in terms of, international trade? But before that, please take us through the main pointers. What did you see in the clip? What was happening? Yes, please go ahead.
Okay, I'll start. So I think the first thing that catches my mind is the capacity they are operating in Dubai. I mean, you'll always see these terms like the biggest, tallest. So it's always something that is phenomenally big, like the tallest building, the biggest shopping mall. And it's the same with Fly Emirates. So they have like 38 million meals or something, which is quite impressive. And I have a personal experience from the city because I lived there for like 3 years.
Please go ahead.
And I mean, first I used to go there on vacation, so I saw just the beautiful side of the city and how awesome it is. But then when you live there, you get to see everything, the whole picture. I mean, we saw some labels in this video, and it's again a dilemma. So you don't know whether it's good or not because, I mean, they're working 24/7 in Dubai, everyone. So for some of these workers, I mean, they are getting barely anything in comparison to a company like Fly Emirates. But if you ask them, for example, and I had this experience in a company that I worked in, and you ask some laborers like, how do you make it? How do you survive? But then you'll get surprised by his answer that he will tell you, well, actually, I'm sending money to my family. And so he's quite satisfied with it, which is quite weird, you know, because you think you can't live with this amount of money in Dubai, but I mean, the reality is different. So it's quite problematic, and you don't know which side you have to take. But again, the city is quite impressive, and what they've done so far. I mean, in the region, there are countries with way more money, like Saudi Arabia or Qatar or Kuwait, but they haven't quite achieved what Dubai has achieved so far. Yeah, that's what was my reflection on this
Yes,
video.
thanks very much for this point. Very valuable comments for all of us, especially those who don't have the insight, real experience like you have. So we really appreciate that you share it with us. Really appreciate it. So look at that. You know, Dubai is really, you know, they have really, as our friend is rightly mentioning, that maybe Saudi Arabia has more money, maybe Qatar has more money, but Dubai is Dubai. If you get a chance to go there, it is really amazing what they have done. But thanks for the point. Well, let's come back to the discussion. Yes, next one.
So what jumped into my mind when I saw the video was the amount of food that they're producing, you know, and they got it from so many different countries and so on. So obviously they must have so many different suppliers. And they said that they pick their food according to quality. But I mean, if you look into the price segment that they're actually operating in, so I think they're like the highest or the best airline in the world, I think so far. And so their flights aren't really cheap as far as I know. So they're able to afford that, and they're able to have like, you know, the complicated supply chain and the more expensive supply chain. Because if you think about it, all the transportation, you know, that's quite costly, but they're really able to afford that because of that price segment. Because other airlines, they wouldn't have been able, you know, they couldn't do it. Because, for example, let's take Ryanair. I'm not really sure if you even get food on Ryanair if you have like a long flight like from Europe to America, because it's so cheap. They just might not be able to afford that, and also not the quality of the food, of course.
Quality and these type of things. Thanks for the. How are you, Bianca? You came in the discussion very late. You have been
Yeah,
quiet before, so
I
everything
know.
is fine
I
at your
had
end?
No, I'm good. I just had some problems with my laptop. Not really the
Oh,
connection, just in general. I'm not a technic freak, so I was just trying to figure that out.
okay.
Yeah.
Good to have you. Good to have you. Yes, next one, please.
Thank you.
Um, so I was really impressed that, as Bianca just said, they get the ingredients from all over the world. They said beef from the US, fish from
Yes,
Norway, and the
yes,
vegetables from Europe. So,
yes,
and also they plan 1 year in advance. So
yes.
it made me think that they take a huge risk, because what if some food is not delivered because it can just be just in time delivery because you can't store these fresh ingredients? So I think they must have a huge department for risk management for alternative meals, for
Beautiful,
example.
beautiful,
So,
beautiful,
and also they said that they have chefs from every country, so they can really
beautiful, beautiful,
uphold these quality standards, and
beautiful.
because they want to have experts for every meal. So that was really fascinating. I didn't know that.
Beautiful comments, Franz. Thanks very much for that. So see what Franz is saying. Different products are coming from all over the world. They are planning 1 year in advance. Do you know what you will eat 3 days from now? Do you know what you will eat 1 week from now? Do you know what you will eat 15 days from now? They know what they will eat and serve for the next year, for the next 1 year. They know that. They have the menus ready. Can you imagine how much of a work it is going to take? So this is airline industry, this is international trade. This is just one example what they are doing over there. Excellent commentary. And then France told us the chefs are coming from how many countries? If I ask you, okay, let's do this, do the exercise in your own head. If I ask you name different types of foods from different things, how many can you name? Chinese, Indian, Korean, major ones, Jamaican, American, whatever. How many you can name? How many, like in the specific sense, in the not just Chinese, but can you name like the products they serve for breakfast, products they serve for the lunch, product they serve for sweet, all these type of things? No, no one can do that because we are not exposed to all different types of things. But they are preparing for that in their kitchen. They are exposed to all different type of things. Yeah, then they would have to segregate them, which one to put where. All of this process they are taking. And Franz mentioned risk management in that. Yeah, so see, imagine how much preparation and how much goes into this type of a global and this is not a global production in the real sense. This is international trade, uh, but think about it, it's quite mind boggling, especially if you did not know about it. Yes, next one please.
I was also impressed about the fact that they have special kitchens for dietetics and religious people. Like they offer a really high quality for the customers and personalized.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that's what impressed me. Like you can order anything.
Yes. So Carla is talking about personalization of meal. How many meals are there? How many thousands of meals? And then personalizing it, and then keeping a track of it. That where is that dish? In which container it is? In which shelf it is? Where it is placed? And finding it, and then delivering it to the customer in a way that it is hot or cold, depending on the nature of the food, if it should be served hot or if it should be served cold, and so on. So see, imagine what is going on. Yes, yeah, keep on going, guys.
Yeah, a lot of it was already mentioned, but I think the logistics, it's just insane. I mean, they also have a car wash street for their cutlery because they wash, like, I don't know, nearly 200,000 cutlery pieces a day. I think it's just incredible, and also that the food is always delivered 2 hours before the plane departures, is delivered to the plane. Yeah, it's just incredible what they have to deal with, because they have just-in-time delivery. The food is not allowed to get the food is not allowed to get too warm. I mean, it always has to have that like 2 or 3 degrees, and if something happens, all the food has to be thrown away, and they will have a big problem serving the next plane. So yeah, it's just crazy. And also that they have like 40 different chefs from different countries, and they serve halal, and they have to keep an eye on everything. So they separate the chicken from the pigs, and yeah, everything has to be considered. It's just incredible.
Yes, in the words of Ben, he's saying insane logistics. I think that is the we can use the word insane in this, but big up to them that how they are able to do that. So would not you be interested to watch some YouTube clips of these people who manage this, and in you will find it. They will tell you how they do it and what is the process, what is how what is what. You should look into that. And I'm happy that Ben used couple of terminologies which is generally we don't use in this class, but those the terminologies are used in other classes. But that is the point of doing international trade, that in this you want to think about those other courses and bring in the terminology they use in those courses. Like Ben did it couple of times today, if he's realized in the maintenance, when he made his comments, he used couple of terminology jargon of that discipline, and he's talking about now just in time and these type of things, couple of things he mentioned. So this is what you want to do. Yes, next one please. Anyone can speak, whoever is ready.
All right, then I will just go. So what impressed me about the fact that they have different chefs and foods from all around the world is that with having chefs from all around the world as well as food, they're being so diverse and they're really living that diversity. And also, so I looked up their mission and their vision statement because I
Oh
thought
yeah.
that probably diversity is a big statement in their statement, but actually it is that they want customer satisfaction, and I think they're putting that diversity in that mission statement. So they really take that to heart, because I think a lot of companies say that their mission is to satisfy their customers, but I think Emirates really takes it to a different level.
Fantastic, Teresa. I'm really, impressed that you took out the time to look into, do a little bit search, and all of us should do that. Diversity and customer satisfaction. You will see this in many mission statements and vision statements, but this company is one which is really doing something. And if you look at the date of this video, this is a very old video. It is like 5 6 years old video. So would not you want to look up how they are doing it now? They must have improved. That is why purposefully I selected a little bit old video, but with the information with which most of us might not be familiar, because we are not from that industry. We are not in airline industry, so that is why we would not know this. But look up how they are doing it now. You will be fascinated. Amazing things they are doing. And that is the purpose of, I wanted to, at least one video I wanted to do it like this with you, that you watch it and see how much you learned on. So that website which you have, there are so many videos, amazing videos. If you go through them and watch them, that is really going to, only then you will be able to get the full benefit from me, because you have heard me what I have to say, but you have to, that whatever I say, that is backed by what is on the website. So I really encourage you guys to go through those videos and so on. It is just that because of this nature I decided not to do the videos. But if I were seeing you in person, you would have to watch them in class, and discuss, talk, and then all those type of things we would have been doing. But so I really encourage you that if you like this video, and if you think you learned one thing or two in this video, then you should watch the other clips in your own time. You don't have to watch them now. Next month, in your vacation, after that website is there. You go there and see what is happening. Even if you don't want to watch those clips which I put, no problem. Do your own research. Look for companies you like and read about that, and then link it with your practical experience. Only then we can grow, and we can learn about these business issues and stuff like that. Yes, next one please, go ahead.
Okay, so I will go on. I think everything I wanted to say was nearly already mentioned, but I just wanted to add that last year I flew with Emirates, and one of my friends, which joined me, she chose before boarding that she's vegetarian. So I never thought about this, how much organization stands behind this, that you know
Yeah,
from all the passengers that this seat will get a vegetarian meal and this seat will get halal
yeah,
and
yeah.
everything like this. And I think it's really incredible. I think they said they have 130,000 meal crates per day. And I think it's crazy that you even take the individual wishes, like that the meal has to be vegetarian or chicken or anything like this, that they even take this into consideration in this amount and in this quality.
Yes, excellent point. Excellent point. So, being a part of international trade, it should increase awareness. Yeah. So next time you are in the plane and you ordered for something and you are not getting it right away and it is taking a little bit time or something, would you get angry? A person who understand international trade and understand what goes behind it, he or she is not going to get angry, because he or she would know and understand that this is very possible, this can happen. He won't just think about himself. He will. So I'm not saying you should not, you should be okay with that. No, you tell them that you had ordered this and you would like to have it. But I have seen, and you must have seen also, that in airlines something happen and people start really, bad behavior they start. uh, I'm not talking against them, if but I'm just saying that a person who knows international trade, he or she is not going to get so much emotional about it. He will make the complaint, but in a different way. It is only a person who is ignorant and who does not know what is behind international business. He is going to shout and where is my tray and I ordered this and everyone will know on the on the aeroplane. I'm saying it because I've seen it. So, but I'm still not, I'm not saying that it is their fault, because the customer has paid for it, so he or she should get it what they want. I totally understand. But have a little broader picture, especially since we have done international trade together. It should impact our life in one way or another. Otherwise, what is the point of uh, meeting? Yes, next one.
So, well, what I think is in the future, supply chain will be strongly connected to automatic system, because in that video, what I see is that those meals are carry, replenish, controlled by machines or the system. So I think that automatic systems or robots are becoming more and more important in supply chain because they are more reliable, effective, and efficient.
Excellent. Thanks very much. So this is very important. Technology, how technology is going to transform the supply chain of the business, whatever business you are. You should start looking at it, because all of you are into some type of job, some type of thing, or you have ambition. You should just run a Google search, supply chain, future of supply chain in whatever banking or whatever industry you are interested in, and start reading it so you can prepare for it, so you can secure your job in the future. Although entrepreneurship is the thing, being entrepreneurial is the thing which I want all of you to be. But as we prepare to become entrepreneurs, uh, we will have to work for other people, so in that you have to do those type of things. Yes, next one please.
So I wanted to uh, make a comment based on what Annalena said. And she was talking about vegetarian food and so on. So I want to say, like, for, in order to prepare those kind of foods and offer those kind of foods, you really have to go with trends, with food trends. Because, I mean, let's say 20 years ago or 10 years ago, they probably wouldn't have offered vegan foods or something. But now it is, yeah, but now it is really a thing. Like, people really eat like that. So they really have to go with trends. So their supply chain has to stay um, adaptable. So that's adaptability, kind of, like you have to continuously watch for trends and like continuously improve your supply chain according to that.
Very good, very good, very good. So this continues, the inclusion of continuous. I think that is what we need to reflect on. It's continuous improvement in the quality, continuous improvement in various issues in supply chain. It's all about continuous improvement, because we saw this clip which is 6 years old, 5 years old, and we could say that Emirates can keep on working that they are doing it very fine. But if you will see how they are doing it now, you will see how they have incorporated different technologies, as our friends have mentioned. uh, the importance of that, they already have done that. So why they did it? Because they understand that it is not it's not a one time game. If you want to be in international business, as Bianca is rightly saying, it is about continuous. You have to keep on doing that, again and again. You can't don't become complacent. That is the message. I think we have said this point couple of times so in the week, so I think you will remember that. Next one, please.
So I was also very impressed about the machinery and conveyor systems they used, and also the risk that is going along with it, as just one machinery or conveyor system stops, so the whole process will delay, and so they cannot work further.
Oh yes, yes, that is how it is. So see what is if there's so many things, preparation of the meal, different areas which you saw. Our friend is saying that if there is a delay in one part, it is going to impact whole supply chain. Yeah, so it is a step by step. First you need to do this, then this, then this, then this. So if there is a delay in one part, there is a delay which is transferred to whole of the supply chain, and at the end of the day, you are not going to find the food whatever they have requested. So airlines cannot afford that, because think about it. If customer is not going to be very very easy on them. Although I said that be easy if this type of thing delay happens in the food or something. But then, think about it. If you are hungry, if you want food, and you have paid for it. So you don't really care. You have paid the ticket. They have not given you any amount. That's it. And you are hungry. So, and when you are hungry, you know that your mind is like you want food at that time. If you are really really hungry at that time or something like that, and you have ordered something specific, and then if you have some dietary restriction, that you have like sugar, or you have any other or you are a Muslim and you want certain type of food, or you are a vegetarian, strict vegetarian, and that thing is not available, or available in a smaller portion. Although they do have other things in the aeroplane, like snacks and other things, but then some people, they can make complaint. So if a customer is not happy, what the customer is going to do? He's going to just tell every other person, and that will bring down the reputation of the company, that they don't serve properly, or when they serve the food is not of the is fresh, or of not a certain temperature, and so on and so forth. See how difficult the nitty-gritties of international airlines. If we can, this is also international trade. So think about that. Next one.
Yes, I really want to pick up on the point you've just mentioned. Like something which become obvious for me when watching that video is like what kind of process is behind like getting a meal in a plane. I think if you just like travel, you just think, all right, it's like, I don't know, 6 p.m. and you get your dinner now served and it's just there, but you don't think about like people working for you 24/7, like all the logistics, all the supply chain behind your just simple meal, like it seems. And I think that's something which we should maybe reflect more often, like what kind of processes are um, behind some things we see as so like daily and just like so common. That's the one thing. And the other thing I want to pick up on, like what my colleague just said with the technology in the supply chain. And I think this is like really a thin line, because the more you rely on technology, the harder it hits you when it like fails. For example, if someone hacks your system, or you get
Yes.
inappropriate customer information and it's not written down manually and it's lost, then you lost like a really like huge amount of money too, and a lot of your profitability. So I think especially the reliance on technology has to be seen from two sides. it can be like a
Excellent.
blessing or a like a really downside.
Excellent, excellent. Thanks very much for this, Teresa. At this moment, I would like you to just stop for a moment. I know you guys had a long day and you must be tired or whatever. But this is important, as Teresa is saying. We many times in life we are just walking around and doing our business and focused on what we have to do. Even if we are looking at things, we are not really thinking behind that, what is behind this, that reflection, that because it takes time and energy and we have so many other things to do, we don't do that. So of course you can't do it all the time, but I'm saying every once in a while, uh, at least once a day, for anything of your choice, just reflect on it, just see what is behind it. I really hope, I can't see you guys, so I don't know your body language and what is going through, and so I don't know that, but I really want to say this, and maybe I said it earlier also, but no problem. These questions which we have been raising in our sessions, I think you guys should, all of us, I should, all of us should reflect on those questions. Like, remember one day we were saying, do we really know what we want or what we aspire to be? Do we really want that? Have we really sat down and thought about it? uh, you should do that. Other type of activities, as Teresa is saying, that we take it for granted many things and we say, all right, this is how it is, but we don't look back. So this and in the beginning it might be little hard for you to think about it, and it might be the case also that, as I'm saying this, it is not making sense to you and you are saying, I don't have time for that and whatever. So I understand that also, but I'm just inviting you to do this thing at least couple of times. Do it couple of times, reflect couple of times, uh, and then if you think it is helping you, you do it. If you think that there are other things which are more important, then of course you can do that. But if you are going to interact in an international environment of any sort, you should do this. And the way the world has been globalized, maybe maybe we are not going to go in international trade, and majority of us are not going to go in international trade per se, but we are going to go into international environment. We are going to do that because of the globalized nature of the world, because of more involvement of technology and so on. So in that aspect, if we do these type of things which we have been discussing and raising questions and reflecting in our own time and having our own answers, you don't have to agree with what I say, you don't have to agree with other people, what other people say. The idea is that you find your own answers. For example, one of the friends from the class, they wrote to me that we are not talking too much, but we are making a journal of various questions which are raised in the class, or we are writing the questions which come in our own mind, and we plan to think about them. That is participation. That is more than enough. That is more than enough. So in your own time, you don't have to do it now if you are busy. Whenever it comes, that type of thing, I think it's very important. So I hope you will do that, but even if you don't do it, that's fine. Next one.
Yeah, I actually just wanted to follow up to Teresa's point about that we take things for granted. Like, I mean, as she said, you just sit down on your chair and you're waiting for your meal. But I think like their kind of supply chain is based on delivering the customers like a certain experience or service. So it is not like typically a product which you can like have at the end like physically and you can touch and feel. But I think their most important core value is that the customers will feel satisfied with the overall package, and
Yeah.
therefore, I mean, you don't get like an airplane that you can touch and then you got your product at the end. So I mean, this is not true. But like the food and the service overall, and let's say the catering and
yeah, stuff like this. I think this is like one of the most important core values of the supply chain, that in the end you deliver a service and an experience to your customer. And I think this differentiates them from other yeah, other companies.
Oh yes, it does. Definitely. Do you have some example in your mind coming in? It's a good thing you mentioned, but is there some company or some experience which is coming in your mind from which you brought this up? Because I would like to hear that experience or whatever.
I mean, it's not really by experience, but I mean, I once flew with Emirates and I once flew with Ryanair, so I think this is a really big difference, and I think everybody can relate. Like for example, for Emirates, at the first place, when you take your seat, you will have a menu card on your place, so we know what kind of food will be served, and then people are coming to you and they ask you about your feelings and stuff like this. And I mean, for other airlines, like I mean, for sure, for the cheap airlines, well, their mission is to bring you from A to B, and I think for Emirates, their mission is to make you feel satisfied and to have you as a loyal customer. So yeah, I think this is a huge difference.
It seems from what you said, and earlier also a couple of friends mentioned something about Ryanair airlines. So it seems you guys don't like that airline. Yes, yes, Dean, please go ahead.
Yeah, I think I personally I like Ryanair because it's the same as for Emirates food supply chain. It's economy of scales. They produce hundreds and thousands of meals, and that's how they can provide that service. I mean, it's not like the chefs prepare every meal like really nice. It's just really like every movement of every hand is scheduled. It's like really it's about seconds and minutes. It's really a tough thing, and that's the same for Ryanair. But Ryanair is just a different segment of customers. It's for students, for people like us, usually I think, or people who just want to save a lot of money, so they don't care about luxury.
Yeah.
So I think it's really from a business point of view, it just makes total sense that when you have such a supply chain, you have so many customers that you try to have standards and like the automation degree to increase that, to increase quality and also reduce costs.
Yes, 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 yes. Good point, Dean. But then look at this. This is the clip which Ashraf has sent us. So yes, you can have luxury of Emirates and talk less about Ryanair maybe, but look at the price. It is talking something about 20,000 USDs. So how many tickets of Ryan? Maybe if you give Ryanair 20,000 USD for rest of your life, they will carry you wherever you want. Maybe they will give you that type of thing. So this is what it is. This you have different. You have to look at. You can look at this in your own time. So they are giving you the service and then they are charging for that. And then Ben mentioned Qatar Airlines and Singapore Airlines are better. I think if you can afford a first class ticket, it does not matter Emirates or Singapore. Well, that is also good point because. But this is not a. We are not trying to it's not about this overall understanding of it is overall understanding of production. But I'm happy that you guys are taking interest in this. Yes, Ben, please go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to really quick say something about Ryanair because I think the vision about the vision of the founder of Ryanair is the most interesting among all of them because his vision is that flying is for free actually, so everyone is entitled to see the world, and I think this is very interesting. But his vision is just not fitting to our environmental values right now because we're actually trying to fly less, and it doesn't fit that flying is so cheap, But the good point about him is, I think, that he's really trying to enable everyone to see the world and to travel. And his vision is, from my point of view, the best among all of them.
Oh yeah, 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 yes. But then again, it would be like, what is best? Best for you might not be best for someone else. But Ben has made a great point. So has Ashraf. Uh, both points are fine. So you can think about. But what we were trying to really discuss was, what it really takes behind, production. Production, you see. What it takes behind that, how much energy, resources, and Dean mentioned this point. I don't want to forget that point. Dean mentioned that, every second counts, every hand matters, every second count, because one hand is delayed, you are delayed by couple of seconds, and you are disrupting all of the events. So it is not just one thing will be delayed for 5 seconds, all the things will be delayed, all of the things. And then it can have serious problems in that respect. So that is the difference between a good international business production and a bad one. Both are good. Both are good in one way, but timing and not being able to fulfill the commitment on time, that disrupts the perception of the business in the consumer's mind. So, and once it's all about perception, you are managing perception. So I like that point which Dean made, that every second matters, every hand matters. So a very good, Dean. Yes, Sebastian, you are very quiet today. What is going on?
I was listening. Sometimes it's always good to listen. um, I have another example. It's not fitting exactly to the video, but in Würzburg, where we're coming from,
Please go
or where
ahead.
I'm right now, there's a startup called Scoutbee, and they do logistic, or they do the supply chain completely based on KI. So they do it on artificial intelligence. And this is crazy. They browse the whole web and search for the best fitting supplier, and build up a supply chain just based on data. This is really crazy, because before there was mentioned the technology is good and bad, but I think here we can see once again that technology is a real driver, also concerning the supply chain. I can
Oh
share
yeah.
the with you, Scoutbee. It's really interesting. I'll search for it.
Which company is this, and what do they do?
It's called Scoutbee, like Scout and Bee together, and
Okay.
yeah, they do like build up supply chains based on artificial intelligence.
Oh yeah.
I'll check the link and share it.
Oh yes, because we would like to. This is very interesting, and this, once you start talking about these things like, technology, especially artificial intelligence, uh, that is something which I personally am very interested in. And later down, I think I will share something with you about artificial intelligence, and see if you guys are interested, because I enjoyed having discussions with you guys also. So Sebastian has shared the link. Please, guys, look it up, and especially those of you who are in Germany. Almost all of you would be there, if not right now. So check that out, and maybe just go and visit it and see how things are happening. Because reading is one thing, and then going and observing would be nice. And these concepts are new. Uh, Read about these type whenever, slowly. Don't worry about that. This knowledge thing. This knowledge comes over a period of time. It is not that we do a course or we read some book and we just become knowledgeable right away. It is not like that. It is, you read today and then you read tomorrow and link it with what you read before, and then read more and link it, and read more and link it. So over a period of time, your understanding of various business processes are going to improve. And as you would have realized by from our discussions and how we managed our course so far, these things which we are doing, they are also kind of life lessons for all of us, because I learned a lot of things from you which I did not know, and I'm sure you guys learned learned something which you did not know from all the discussions. And see, there should not be any shame in this. Like, if I say I learned something new, that's fine, because no one knows everything. That type of mindset is important to be successful in international trade. Only then you will be able to take new ideas. Otherwise you will say, well, I know everything, and that is about it. So this is what I wanted to discuss for today's session. uh, and uh, and that is it for today's session. So thanks very much participating in today's discussion. Really enjoyed it, and thank you very much.